Fanzine TV. We just got done watching Peterborough 1, Arsenal U21s 0 in Peterborough in the what was formerly known as the Checkatrade Trophy. We're just going to give you our player ratings now on some really talented youngsters who appeared tonight for Arsenal U21s. Steve Bowles' side, managing the side tonight. First off, Matt Macy, 24-year-old keeper, played for the first team once against Red Star Belgrade in the Europa League, didn't he?
Yeah,
I gave him an 8
against
tonight.
Norwich as well.
Oh, really?
Carling Cup a couple of years ago, Carabao Cup. Yeah.
Oh, right, okay.
Yeah, pretty sure he did. But...
I gave him an 8 tonight. He was fantastic. I thought a couple of really good saves. One really good double save, wasn't he? Just looked composed, fantastic. What would you give him tonight?
Yeah, I agree with that. I think he was probably Arsenal's best player, really.
Yes,
or joint best.
Man of the match for me.
He had really, really good footwork for a big bloke. Got down really well. Commanded his area as well as he could have done against the League One side, who were full of seasoned pros, big lads as well. Probably needs to work on his distribution a little bit more. He needs to be maybe a bit more vocal and a bit more of an organiser, certainly with a younger defence in front of him. But yeah, he can be really proud of his shot-stopping abilities tonight. I think that season on loan at Plymouth last year has done him a world of good. As you say, I mean, he made his debut, or he played against Red Star a couple of years back at the Emirates, so he's certainly got pedigree. He's certainly got a future in the game, as we were saying. Whether it's at Arsenal or not, I'm not sure, but he did really well tonight, and he can certainly be proud of his performance.
Yeah. He's 6'7", but he couldn't do anything about that Joe Ward goal. He's deflected off. I'm not sure who. Possibly Zach Medley.
Yeah, we were trying to have a look actually.
Straight into the top corner. Nothing he could do about that. So a really solid game from him actually. Yeah. And then next up, another one you'll be interested to hear about. Mavropanos. Back on his way back from a groin injury. Not his best game. He was a little bit off pace, wasn't he? I gave him a 6.5. In the second half, he sort of got a bit better, didn't he? He made a couple of good challenges. But what was your thoughts on him overall?
Yeah, I think that's a fair marking again. He got booked early on, didn't he, in the first half for a really rash late challenge out wide. It was just a challenge of someone who hasn't played football much. I know he's played 3 or 4 games consecutively for the under-21s, stroke under-23s, so he is coming back and he is getting more games and minutes under his belt, but he still looks a bit sluggish, looks a bit rusty. But the main thing is he's fit and he's come through it.
Yeah, there was a bit
of a knock, and he went off, but he came on again.
He was holding his lower
okay.
back. He looked in quite a lot of pain actually. I was quite concerned, but then he got back on and just got straight back on with it. He didn't look in any pain really.
Yeah, exactly. I hope there's no lasting effects with that. Like I say, I mean, we saw his debut for the under-23s in January 2018 after Arsenal beat Man United under-23s 4-0, and he impressed that night. As I say, he did really well at Old Trafford on his debut. I was there for that one in April 2018. He's a prospect, and he can be he can challenge for first team spot in terms of centre half, but he does need more minutes under his his belt basically. So,
there was one challenge right at the end as well when he was on a yellow card. He went just rushing in, a very probably Louise-like challenge actually.
Don't say that, blimey, no.
But no, I'm sure he'll be back and improving beyond those standards. Next up, Solaji Bola. Fairly quiet night at was it left wing back?
He was left wing back, I believe.
Yes, I think so.
I saw a bit of him last season. He's quite a sturdy player. He's solid. He never
decent pace.
Yeah, decent pace. Very athletic. Shows athleticism as well. He never moan. He'll always give you 7, 8 out of 10 basically. Normally, he's a really consistent player. Just needs to kick on. He's one of those players. You look at him and you think, he's got a lot of attributes to certainly make it in the professional game. Again, whether he's going to make it at Arsenal, I don't know, but he'll never let you down as a defender. And he played the wing back, didn't he today?
Yes, And then next up, Robbie Burton. I'm really impressed with him recently.
You're a big fan, aren't you?
Big fan. He's been fantastic recently. I saw him against Everton on 23s at the Emirates earlier this season, and he scored, and he captained the side tonight, and he was fantastic. Just really nice touches, really nice close control, and he just looks like he's above this level. He's obviously named on the bench for Emery, named on the bench for Nottingham Forest. I was really disappointed he didn't get any minutes actually. He brought on Ceballos, which was really unnecessary. I was really willing Burton onto the pitch.
You really were, weren't you? You were probably rooting for him, winning him on, weren't you? But,
I mean, I've seen him more effective in attack, but he's very much a deep line playmaker. I sort of said Pirlo style, but I hope that's not overhyping him too much. But, that's the style he's playing. He's got that temperament. What did you think of him? So I gave him an 8, by the way.
Again, I completely agree with that. I think he was the joint best player. He was certainly best outfield player for Arsenal. What I liked about him as well, you're absolutely right. He had a really, really good technique, really influenced the game, good vision, good creativity, good feet. But what I liked was towards the end, he was chasing down balls down the channel,
really
lost
good pressurising,
causes,
isn't he?
and there was one where he properly went in for a really 50-50 challenge that he didn't need to go in for. Basically, it was late on in the game. The game was practically lost, but he kept battling away, and you could hear the thud of the challenge and the tackle. And I love that sound when players just go full-blooded in. So it was good,
especially at a football league ground like this, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly. It sort of reverberates around.
A little bit more than
appreciate that as well.
more than the Emirates.
yeah. But that was good because he's obviously got the talent and the technique, creativity, but he's also got the grit as well. And I was really pleased to see that late tackle as well. So yeah, good on him.
Yeah. Then Harry Clark at centre back. He used to play midfield actually, and he's sort of a ball playing centre back who's dropped down. He was in that back three alongside Mavropanos and was Medley in the
Medley?
Yeah. I gave him a 6.5. Solid game. Early in the first half, he gave the ball away a couple of times, few loose passes, but otherwise, pretty solid game, isn't it?
Yeah, definitely. He's one of those players who, again, will benefit from playing against League One season pros, basically, and he'll learn a lot from tonight. Certainly playing against big bustling centre forwards and nimble, tricky wingers as well, who have had a lot of league experience. So yeah, it wasn't his best game, but he didn't let anyone down. 6.5, I'd say that's about right.
Yeah. And Zach Medley, what would you give him for tonight?
Yeah, again, he's one of those players who I first saw a couple of years ago and wasn't sure about, but he's really grown into the role. He's really, really calm. He's assured. He's got a good touch, good technique, good vision. He loves bringing the ball out for defence. But what I liked about him tonight as well, he's not afraid to hoof it long if he needs to. If he's under pressure and there's no short options, then he'll go long. He's pragmatic, and I like that from a centre half.
Got a lot of power, hasn't
he? Yeah, he has. Yeah, he probably needs a bit more. I would say as a centre half, but then I watched football in the 80s, so I want all my centre halves to have a lot of power. But he's a strong lad, and he maybe needs to work on his sort of leap a little bit and his sort of aerial technique as well. But he's a real prospect, and he just needs to keep working. Apparently he's got a good attitude and stuff, so good luck to him. Yeah, he's another who learned from it a lot tonight. So yeah,
I gave him a 7. So
yeah, no, 7.5.
Yeah, you need to stop agreeing with me.
I know. Yeah, what's going on? Seriously, it's not right.
And then next up, just looking at the team sheet, Matt Smith in midfield, another creative midfielder. Quite a lot of pace. Had a decent game, a few drives from midfield. Didn't really have the end product. To be honest, Arsenal didn't really have any end products tonight. The forwards weren't really getting any service. But I gave him a 6.5. A solid game, wasn't it?
Yeah, again, he didn't let anyone down. He has got a lot of creativity and a lot of tricks and flair as well, but it wasn't that sort of game for him tonight. He will learn from that and hopefully be able to employ his excellent technique in to better effect against Cambridge.
Captain, isn't he?
Yeah, he didn't miss a game. He didn't miss a minute the season they won the league and captained them to the title in the under 18s a couple of years back. So he's got pedigree as well at this sort of academy level. But he just needs to kick on as well, basically.
Yeah. Zach Swanson. What did you think of him tonight?
Yeah, he looked sharp early on, but he wasn't as influential as I thought he could have been. Basically, he's another. He does get stuck in, and he likes getting stuck in. As far as you can see, but he has got a bit of technique and talent as well, as you'd expect from an Arsenal academy lad, even a defender. But certainly a defender these days. But I think if you asked him, he wouldn't have said that was his best game. He wouldn't have said it was his best game at all, basically. But,
it's a theme actually through the whole team. That there's a lot of, they've all got drive. They've all got that sort of desire in their eyes. You can see by the way they play and the way they start games. But just need to kick on technically and sort of with their performances, don't they?
And just use their physicality or try and impose a physicality on a game where you're playing against bigger opponents, basically, because they have all the talent in the world. He was given a bit of a tricky run. The forwards running against him, he was under pressure at times. He didn't look out of place, but at the same time he could have imposed his will a bit more on the attackers that were running at him. But he's another who's got a real future in the game.
Yeah. And then Nathan Tormey, what did you think of him tonight?
He's a Welling-Garden City lad,
near me.
He didn't play. I don't think I saw him a few times last season. Not too many times. I know he sort of struggled with injuries and stuff. What'd you give him? I didn't think he played that well tonight.
I went for 6.5.
He didn't influence the game. He just want him to, and his talent would indicate he could do, basically. But again,
that was
the
theme of sort of the midfielders in front of Burton. There was not a brilliant link forward forward. Really.
They didn't dovetail well at all, really. But Peterborough did put them under a lot of pressure and had a lot of possession, basically.
Yeah, so, and that's the same probably. Basically the same for Ben Cottrell, 17-year-old. I think he played sort of wide midfield, isn't he? He was getting good pace, but just not his best game, was it? I think I gave him a 6.5 as well. And then they were not really linking very well to who was up front, Sam Greenwood, who he's been linked with Juventus before. He came from Sunderland. Quite a big talent, but again, no service tonight. Every ball that sort of came towards him was a bit disjointed and wasn't quite wasn't quite an accurate pass.
Yeah.
He never really got a chance in the box, did he? What did
Yeah,
you think
I
of
think you're
tonight?
right. Yeah, he does. Yeah, all forwards need. They thrive on good service, and they thrive on the ball to the feet if they've got a good talent and a good technique. But what I want from a centre forward is to just run into channels, do your diagonal runs, go and look for the ball. If you're not getting the ball, make things happen. And he still needs to learn that basically. But he'll be better for the experience tonight, definitely. So yeah.
Yeah. And then the substitutes who came on didn't really affect the game.
Yeah, didn't have time to really
I think went up top,
proceedings.
didn't he?
Yeah.
Aziz was in the game a fair bit when he came on in midfield. He was battling away. I thought he was all right.
He's
A little bit loose touch, but
talented prospect, but it just wasn't his night tonight.
yeah, none of the subs really came on because Peterborough took charge really near the end. They were coming forward a lot more and probably could have scored another at the end, although they didn't really have the finishing quality. They did have more of the ball at the end. So.
I think they were good value for their 1-0 tonight.
Yeah, I think so.
The crowd went home happy, and then what can
about
you say?
3,000 here tonight, which is alright for. Again, I just keep wanting to say checker trade.
Leasing.com basically. I think they do something with cars.
Leasing.com, cars.
But I mean, fair play to Peterborough. They deserved it. Is it Darren Ferguson in charge? Fergie's son, basically. So I think it's his third time back at Peterborough. They've actually won this tournament in the past. Got a bit of pedigree in that. They want to go as far as they can, give the supporters a day out. With Portsmouth, Sunderland last year in the final, I think it was 80,000 at Wembley. So it's a big tournament. I don't think Arsenal are going to get through the group stages. But it's a good learning curve, basically, and that's what it's about at this level for the Arsenal Academy lads. And I'm sure Steve Bold will be telling them that in the change room tonight.
Lots to work on, but lots of potential in this side, wasn't there? That's our player ratings from Peterborough 1, Arsenal Under-23's 0. If you enjoyed this video, please press the like button. It really helps us, and press subscribe as well. We're going to keep covering the Under-23s and supporting the academy sides in the Arsenal. And thanks for watching. Cheers.